I want to take a moment to talk about Julian Assange, United Kingdom, Ecuadorian Embassy, Ecuador, United States, Sweden, and the world situation that this represents, and how a spiritually focused person should deal with this and handle this and help. Julian Assange, he was a really solid guy when he went into the embassy 7 years ago, and his mental condition deteriorated as time went on. Imagine yourself in that situation, cooped up in a little room, and see how sane you stay. For instance, some very, very serious training for martial arts or shamanism or various traditions. They have a very, very strict initiation where a person has to spend a time alone for a year in a room. Imagine how hard that would be. And to be without the internet, to be without all of this. And I'm gonna say something else, and I'm not gonna say a lot about it, but some people will understand this and know what I mean. But there were some dark spirit energies that were helping with Julian Assange's deterioration mentally and emotionally, and trying to get him to bite the hand that feeds him. There were some supernatural forces at work. So don't hold judgment. Just look at yourself in that situation and see how you would have done. I don't think the average person would have been able to handle that. Those were powerful forces, and only someone who knows how to handle dark magic would have been able to deal with that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Some people will know what I'm talking about, and other people might think, take what rings true for you. The thing is that we need to work on the core issue of the situation, which is humanity's lack of evolution right now. Humanity needs to change. This world needs to change. The way things are done in this world needs to change. And what we want to encourage is a world where these things don't even happen. They don't even happen. Because the world is in a different state. This is what we must hold space for, and pray for, and wish for, and imagine, and put energy into. This is what we are trying to create, is a utopian world where these things don't even happen. Things like hacking, things like leaking documents, things like war crimes, things like politics that aren't exactly delicious. When those things don't happen anymore, that we have this utopian reality that we want. So, as a spiritually focused person, use this opportunity to put your consciousness into the nudging toward a beautiful future for humanity. You see, this is not the time to be divided. This is not the time to take sides. This is not the time to have big debates and opinions. Everybody's got their sides. Everybody's got their opinions. As humanity, let us not be divided. Let's hold space for everyone involved in the situation. Everything. Let's hold space and hold light around this situation. This is not a time for arguing, and it's not a time for debate. It's not a time for division among humanity. This is a time to hold space for the world. It's time to hold space for all the people involved in this situation. Put love on this situation. This can shift the situation in a way that debates will never do. So don't hold judgment. I love Ecuador. Ecuador is beautiful. the people are beautiful, the land is beautiful, and the government, there's people who are good in the government too. And life is good in Ecuador. I love the United States. The United States is beautiful. The land is gorgeous. The people are good. And the government, there's people who are good in the government too. The United Kingdom, another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place with beautiful, beautiful people. I meet people from the United Kingdom all the time here at the retreats. And they're lovely. And the government has good people there too. All governments have good people. We just want to hold space for those good people having the power to use those governments in a good way. And we're getting there by holding space for situations like these. A master has no opinions about what's right and what's wrong, what should happen and what shouldn't happen. A master has no opinion, just observes the reality, observes the Mahalila, observes the dance of consciousness, observes this play in consciousness, and nudges here and there where a master can. So be masterful in this situation. Don't argue and debate about what's right and wrong and who should have done what and who didn't do what and who did this and who did that and the tragedy of it all. This is a mass event that is a trigger, a catalyst for evolution in the human consciousness right now. So look at it as that. And then you'll understand how to look from the bigger picture. I stay neutral about politics. Politics is not the problem. Politics is a surface level of what's really going on at the core issue of what's going on for humanity right now. Humanity is in a make it or break it stage. Humanity has to evolve or it's not going to be able to stay. It will. I got to see the future and I get to see that humanity does succeed in creating the utopian future it wishes for. But in the meantime, we have to go through these things. And this is a mass event that you are part of. Just by being an observer, you are part of it because your energy toward it makes a difference. Your energy toward this situation nudges it one way or another. What the mass consciousness wants, the mass consciousness gets. This is a law of the universe. There's no two ways about this. So, you be part of the mass consciousness that is helping to evolve this situation, helping to hold space for humanity right now. So hold space for Julian Assange. Hold space for the Ecuadorian embassy. Hold space for Ecuador. Hold space for the United States. Hold space for the United Kingdom and Sweden and every single individual that is involved. This is a time to be the masterful self that you are and give darshan to this situation. Darshan means blessing from a master. So be in the masterful part of yourself, this master within, that is God's self, that's a gazillion years old, and isn't hurt by a dream. And hold space for humanity as it goes through this evolutionary moment, which this catalyst for evolution is. This world situation, it needs your help. If we solve the core issue in humanity, the politics will sort itself out. It'll be okay. Because humanity will be creating a different kind of leadership once humanity moves into this more evolved and awakened state. This is a mass event, an important mass event that you are part of. You are part of this. So let your heart lead. Let your heart lead you. Don't let your mind lead you in this situation. And put light and love around all the people involved, all the nations involved, and all the arguing citizens who are trying to decide what should have happened and what shouldn't have happened and all of this. Put light around it right now. Put love in each heart that discusses this situation, in each heart that's involved in this situation, and pray. Hold space, hold a vision for everyone's well-being. Everyone, not just some, everyone. Pray for the healing of each person in this situation with Julian Assange in the United States, in the United Kingdom, and Sweden, and Ecuador, and the embassy. Pray for the healing now of humanity. And this is the best way to use this moment. So take a breath and just put light and love around every person involved. Light and love. And as if you're sprinkling darshan, sprinkling love, sprinkling light, sprinkling sparkles, all throughout this situation, throughout the world, on every heart. And as you breathe, breathe out love. Breathe out intelligence. Breathe out wisdom. Breathe out this concept of evolution of humanity. And as you meditate, be with all the other people in the world who are meditating with you about this situation. The mass consciousness is powerful. So take this moment to join with the mass consciousness. And if everybody were to meditate at this time about the world situation and healing of humanity, healing of this situation with Julian Assange and the documents and everything else, if we were to heal this, the world would change for the better. So hold space. I'm going to give you a meditation right after this. I'm going to give you a meditation that you and your group can listen to. Please use it, share it, put it on your website, share it on your social media, share it. Let's do this. Everybody's arguing about the Julian Assange thing. Everybody's expressing anger in one way or another. Everyone is divided. Let's come together and hold space for this situation. Hold space for Julian Assange. Hold space for the United States. Hold space for Ecuador. Hold space for Sweden. Hold space for all the people who are arguing or divided. Hold space for this. Om Shanti. Namaste.